Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Timothy, and on this channel we speak everything personal finance. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I'm paying off my student loan. Again, this is just one of my videos where I just want to talk, just kind of get stuff in my mind and give you some information, some things that you can take from this video to incorporate into your life. I have about $26,000 left in student loans. So just a backstory, I went to college in New Hampshire. I really didn't think about loans or how much money I'll be paying in loans when I graduate. I just wanted to go play football. So I went to play football in New Hampshire. My parents partially paid for my college. Then I also have Pell Grants and loans, and I had a little bit of scholarship money. But I really was not thinking about how much money I would have left college with. So when I graduated college, I found out I had $38,000 in student loans. That's kind of where I learned about money moves and making smart money decisions. And when I learned about Dave Ramsey and paying off debt. So when I graduated college, I immediately got a job and I paid off two of my loans. They were about $2,000 each. They were lower balance loans. And then for a good while, I didn't pay off my loans because we were on forbearance. Because of the pandemic, we were on forbearance for basically like 2 years or something like that. So I really just started hammering my loans out last year. I made a decision that I want to pay my loans off in 5 years. So basically what I did to pay off my loans is prioritize my loans, but I'm also prioritizing investing. So what I did to really start to get a real run on paying off these loans, by paying off, $10,000 within a year or a year and a half, is I set a goal. It's all about goal setting. I set a goal that I want to pay my loans off in 5 years. So I divided 36,000 by 5 and I got my number. And at the time it was like 600 or something like that. So I put $600 every month to my loans. It's taken out of my account automatically. And if you don't know, everything I do is automatic. Everything I do is on automation. So the money comes out automatically from my savings account and it goes to my loan. So $600 is going to the lowest paying loan first. It really doesn't matter when it comes to loans. You can either have most of your money, most of the $600 or however much you're putting into your loans, paying off the lowest amount, or you can have it paying off the highest interest. Highest interest is probably the best move. But my kind of logic is when I put my majority of money, so about $500 is going to the lowest balanced loan. And then when that loan gets down to about, $1,000 or $1,200, I'll pay the $500 to that loan, but then I'll also pay a big lump sum to pay that loan off. So for example, I just paid off my third loan, within my student loan balance. I think it was down to like 200 or 300. So I just gave a payment. So I just put a payment of $300 to my loan and that paid it off. So now this $500 is going to go to the next lowest balance loan, which I think is about like $2,500. So in a few months, when that gets down to, $1,200 or $500, I'll be paying $1,000 a month towards that loan. And that's how I kind of prioritize it. But the big way that I'm able to do this is because I do have a decent paying job, but also I set my life up in a way where I've taken care of the highest 3 expenses that someone can have. With the highest 3 expenses someone can have. If you don't know what the highest 3 expenses you can have is, let me tell you, that's going to be housing, food, and transportation. I have those taken care of. So because I have those taken care of, I can put more money towards my loans. I could put more money towards investing, and I could put more money to my family, to going out to eat. I could put more money to groceries because I have these 3 things taken care of. So how do I have housing taken care of? If you don't know, I house hack, we house hack. We have this house that we live in the bottom unit and we rent out the top. And we're in a lower cost living area out here in the Midwest. So we're house hacking. So with house hacking, the person above or below you or whoever you're sharing the space with is paying for hopefully half of the rent or all. In our situation, it turns out that the other unit can pay for the entire mortgage. So that's where housing is taken care of. So if our mortgage is, $700 or $800, because like I said, we're in a lower cost living area, the unit above us pays for the whole thing. So that's $800 or however much would have gone to the mortgage freed up. So now I have $800 that can go towards my loans, or it can go towards investing. It can go to these different buckets because I have housing taken care of. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for house hacking. And you don't have to just house hack with a 2-unit or a 3-unit or 4-unit. You can house hack with a single family home. You can house hack with an apartment. Just get a roommate. Having a roommate is basically house hacking because you're paying less than you would if you were to live there by yourself. So you can always get a roommate, or if you're able to buy a house, you can always rent out your room, live in the basement. Whatever you can do to lower housing will save you a lot of money, and then you can put this money towards debts or towards savings or towards investments. Second thing that I have under control is transportation. I'm not out here with the $500, $600, $700 monthly payment on my car. As you can see, my car, it's pretty bad. I mean, you can see I'm missing this bar right here. I'm driving a 2002 Toyota Camry. I've had this car since college, so I graduated in 2020, and then I got this car probably 2 years before that. So 2018, 2017, I had this car since. So I've had this car for almost 10 years. And it's been fine. It's a 2002 Toyota Camry. It still runs. I get my oil changes. I get my tire changes. My battery dies. I get a new battery. That's what, $90, $100. It's very low maintenance car, and it gets me to where I need to get to, which is the job. The job is the most important thing right now, because that's bringing in the income for me to pay off my loans, for me to invest money. And then when I get home, I'm coming home and doing YouTube, or I'm putting time into being with my family. So having a job is not always a bad thing. A lot of times it's what you need to get started. I do enjoy my job and wouldn't mind being there till I retire, but I always have something going on outside of work. Even when it comes to insurance, my insurance is not as high, but I'm driving a 2002 Toyota Camry. My wife is driving a 2008 Honda CR-V. We don't have these inflated lives, so we can't put more money towards investments. We can't put more money towards our loans. We put more money into our investments than we would into a car loan. That's just how it is. If you're putting more money into your car loan than you are into your investments, there's something wrong with that. Because you're paying down this car, but it's also depreciating. For me personally, I'd rather pay money towards my investments and watch it appreciate, watch it gain, watch it move up. Especially right now, investing is one of the most lucrative things that you can do. I mean, not lucrative, but right now the S&P 500, the stock market is taking off. It's doing really well, especially over the last few years. So right now is the best time to invest. And I would say that right now is probably not the best time to go and buy these $50,000, $30,000, $40,000 cars and pay $700 a month towards your car loan. And then it comes down to the fact where people say, and this is something I need to talk about in another video, where people say, oh, you know, I buy a new car and I don't have to do any maintenance on it. I follow all these groups and I see all these cars where these brand new vehicles they're all technology, and the technology is crashing. There's all kind of problems that go on with these new cars, transmissions, and the same things that happen to older cars. But a lot of times these older cars, even if you get a repair on an older car, it's still cheaper than buying a new car, and especially having that monthly car payment of $700. I'm not paying $700 a month to maintain this car. In 3 months, I pay, $60 for an oil change. A tire goes flat, I get used tires. It's not a lot of maintenance goes in this car. Even if I pay $3,000 to maintain this car, I know that it's going to last me at least another year or two. So that's how I have transportation under control. The gas is super cheap too, about $40 or $50 to maintain. So if we're thinking about monthly to maintain this car, it's probably like $100, to be honest with you. It's probably like, when you break it all down within a year, it's probably like $150 to maintain this car a month. But you have to think about how much people are paying in car loans. Then you have a $700 car loan, and then you have $400 or $300 in insurance. It's so crazy, like $1,000 just going to your car. When imagine if you put $1,000 to your investments every month. We're putting $700 to our investments every month, and it's growing like crazy. But imagine you put $1,000 to your investments every month. Like that's so crazy. And some people just drive these nice cars for flexing, or just so you can look nice. But I'm more proud of my investment portfolio than I would be of a car. So I don't know. It's just something that I enjoy, that I like to do. I personally like to put more money to my investments than I would to a car. And third, what I have under control is food. Groceries are so expensive in some areas, depending on what you buy, depending on where you buy, it's super expensive. And I guess you can't really have food under control because you don't know how much food you're going to actually need in a month. But we have food under control. We shop at places like Aldi. We go to Walmart. We don't go to Whole Foods or anything, but Whole Foods is not too bad, actually. We went to Whole Foods the other day to drop off some packages, and we got some pizza there and some clam chowder. I have a budget of what, $500 to $600 in groceries, and that's kind of on the high end because we do go out and eat as well. So if we eat out maybe a little more in a month, then we're not spending as much on groceries because just naturally we go eat out and then we have leftovers and then we can eat that the next day. Groceries are really under control. We go to Aldi, like I said. We go there with a list. We know what we want. We can also order online, so you can kind of pick what you want and make your recipes. Try to kind of go into Aldi or go into any grocery store with an idea of what you want, because when you don't do that is when you start picking up random stuff. When you start picking up the Oreos, or when you start picking up the, just the random bacon, the random meats that you don't even really want, but just because you see it and you have no real direction or a goal, you really just want to go in the grocery store with an idea of what you want so you can kind of have that under control. Because when you don't go in with a plan, that's when you come out with $200, $300 worth of groceries and you're just wondering like what happened. It's only me and her. We're about to have our baby, so we're already planning on allotting a certain amount of money towards baby funds, towards formula, Pampers, baby food, anything like that, so we can still kind of structure our life where we can still invest and prepare for our future, but also prepare for our baby's future. And one of the biggest things is because we have housing, transportation, and food under control. Down in the comments, let me know if you're able to pay off your loans or how much loans you have. If you have student loans or if you don't have student loans, comment that down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video.